Hey, this is Russell Wilson. This is Joe Montana.
This is Dak Prescott.
Hey, this is Jason Kelsey, and you're listening to Rob Maaddi.
Rob Maaddi.
Rob Maaddi. Rob Maaddi.
Welcome to the all-new On Football with me, AP NFL writer Rob Maaddi. The NFL's Week 1, it kicked off with several great games highlighted by the Buffalo Bills rallying to beat the Baltimore Ravens 41-40. First ever 41-40 score in an NFL game. It was a playoff rematch between two teams who we could see them face off again in January. So coming up, we're going to talk to the man who led the Buffalo Bills to that incredible comeback, NFL MVP Josh Allen. But first, let's get to a few predictions. Pro Picks started the year off 13-3 straight up. Last week, 8-8 against the spread. Couple of half-point losses. It's okay. We'll take it. But the four-pack was 4-0 straight up, 3-1 against the spread. We're going to go to our best bet first, and that's Jim Harbaugh's Chargers. They sent a message with their victory over the Chiefs in Brazil. They are a legitimate contender to prevent Kansas City from their 10th AFC West title. Justin Herbert was sensational, threw for 317 yards. They're on the road Monday night against Pete Carroll's Raiders, who they proved they're not going to be a pushover in the AFC West. The Chargers are 3.5-point favorites on the road. I'm taking the Chargers 30-23. For my upset special, I'm looking at Atlanta, plus 3.5 at Minnesota. Michael Penix was impressive in that loss against Tampa Bay. J.J. McCarthy balled out in the fourth quarter in his first career start to lead the Vikings to a comeback win on Monday night on the road in Chicago. Vikings D is banged up. It's a short week off an emotional win. That's why I'm leaning towards the upset. Falcons 23-20. Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. The Eagles could have lost last week to Dallas in the opener. If CeeDee Lamb catches a few of those passes, obviously not having Jalen Carter hurt the Super Bowl champs. The Chiefs looked out of sync week 1 in Brazil. The offense started slow. They lost Xavier Worthy. Patrick Mahomes rallied them late, but the D couldn't make any stops. Kansas City hasn't started 0-2 since 2014. Mahomes has never lost 3 games in a row. They were embarrassed by Philly in the Super Bowl. It's the revenge factor. Chiefs are 1-point home underdogs. I'm going to take Kansas City to win that game, 26-24. For the last of the four-pack, Monday night, Tampa Bay at Houston. Texans are minus 2.5. Their offense struggled against the Rams. They can't afford to start 0-2, the two-time defending AFC South champs. C.J. Stroud should have more time in the pocket against the Buccaneers. Hassan Reddick had Tampa's only sack in that win against Atlanta. Baker Mayfield and Emeka Ibuka clicked right away, but this is a tough spot for the Bucs. Texans 27-20. Up next, NFL MVP Josh Allen. Josh Allen was one of several quarterbacks who didn't play a single snap in the preseason, but all he did in week 1, 33 of 46, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns, plus he ran for 30 yards and scored 2 touchdowns on the ground. 251 of those passing yards, they came in the fourth quarter, and he rallied the Bills back from a 15-point deficit against the Ravens to a 41-40 win. Here's my conversation with Josh Allen, who's going to lead Buffalo on the road against the New York Jets in North Jersey this week.
Rob, how you doing?
What's going on, Josh? How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. Good to see you.
Just want to get into so much for rust, right? No preseason snaps, and you guys come out clicking right from the start. How are you able to build that chemistry with everybody and just be able to go out there and do what you did against Baltimore?
Yeah, it's trusting our process, trusting our other 10 guys on the football field, trusting what Joe's calling, and really sticking to our fundamentals and how we worked during training camp, and really just trying to pick up where we left off from last year.
Expectations, as you know, are so high for the Bills, but it's important to maintain that day-to-day focus as the leader. How do you do that for the team?
Well, I think the number one thing I can do is, 1, be myself, try to be the best leader and teammate that I can be. And 2, I've been asked, what are your expectations for this year? I don't have any expectations. I just want to go out there and play football, work extremely hard, and just try to play to my full potential, and the results will come with that. So, being more focused on the process rather than the results.
How do you go from a start that you had in week 1 and just to be able to, you got a divisional rival, you're on the road, you look at the film, you watch them, just to maintain that week-to-week steadiness?
Well, we know Obviously, this is a different outfit than they have been maybe the last couple of years. Their coach is doing a good job with them. I thought they played extremely well during game one. They're doing some things slightly different over there. But it's a hungry team. It's a team that's playing really well. They played some really good football this last week, and we're going to have our hands full trying to understand what they're trying to do and go out there and execute to our best abilities because they got some absolute players on that side of the ball.
I spoke to you, Josh, last year about playing with a chip on your shoulder. You're now an MVP. You've got all kinds of accolades and praise being heaped upon you. Does it get harder to play with a chip on your shoulder when all of that's going on around you?
No, I mean, I'm still as internally driven as I ever have been. Obviously, just maybe priorities and what I'm telling myself has changed. All I'm trying to do is execute each play and help my team win a football game. And, just trying to be a master of all situations that we're in and trusting, like I said, the process. What
do you see as the most important quality as a leader, as a quarterback, as the guy that everybody looks to?
I think it's authenticity. I think it's being the same guy every day. I feel like people can't really know you unless you know yourself. So being as real as you can be, and really getting to know each other and finding out what makes certain guys tick.
What kind of steps do you take to make sure that happens? I've heard Aaron Rodgers talk about eating with different players in the cafeteria. Other guys have talked to me about maybe just chilling with defensive players, special teams players, whoever it may be. What do you do?
Yeah, it's sitting at different tables at lunch. It's inviting other people over for dinner. It's doing poker nights. It's in the OTAs, making sure hey, come over, have a nice little glass of apple juice and hang out and watch the games and watch the fight on. And just trying to be around the guys as much as possible because I think the most important thing here is the brotherhood and the relationship that you form, because those relationships off the field pay dividends on the field.
Josh, you might be the most liked opponent by other teams' fan bases. Teams out there, fans out there that want to hate their opposing players. They always say it's hard not to like Josh Allen. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. My whole mindset is this is such a weird profession in those terms because really 31 out of the 32 teams shouldn't like you. It's a good thing when they don't like you. That means you're probably doing something pretty good. So it's a weird situation to be in, but I hope that they're saying those things because of the off the field impact stuff that I do. The hospital and Oshai Children's Hospital and the Patricia Allen Fund. So hopefully maybe that's why I can get behind that.
Hey, my wife and I have been happily married, Josh, for 13 years. For us, it's communication. That's the key, and building our foundation on the Lord. Do you have any marital advice for newlyweds out there?
I'm only a couple months into it. I love my life. I love my wife. I think that's the most important thing. Making sure that your priorities are set, and again, communication, making sure both sets of priorities are where they need to be. And understanding, I guess, the wants and needs of each other.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for doing this, and wish you a ton of blessings.
Thank you, Rob. God bless.
Back for a final word. I don't like to overreact to one game, but Aaron Rodgers sure looks like he has plenty left in the tank. The 41-year-old four-time NFL MVP kind of stuck it to Aaron Glenn in his coaching debut with the Jets. 22 of 30, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. Aaron Rodgers earns my Take That performance of the week. Thank you to Josh Allen. Thank you for listening to On Football with me, AP's Rob Motti. And thanks to Haya Panjwani for producing this episode. Please check out apnews.com for the full pro picks, on football analysis, and more NFL news.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. The rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around. Everything
Good morning, Marianas. What is going on? What am I doing? What is going on? All this paperwork here. Are you sick today? No. Do you have allergies? No. Have you ever had serious reaction for a vaccine? No. Have you had any of the following? No spleen. No. Do you have any of these? No. Do you have no. No. All right, so now you just got to fill all this out. What is going on, Marianas? Good morning. We'll show you a little bit of what's going on in the studio. I did not get a co-host. That's true, but maybe we'll keep him around a little bit just to make sure that everything is cool here in Saipan. Man, trying to fill this out first, fast. Hold on. Let's see. All right. So anyway, what's going on, Marianas? It is Friday. It's going to be great. I know we're talking about. Yeah, I know. We're talking about all kinds of stuff today. You guys got started off real early. We gave you the AP football update. It's a little bit longer and we normally don't start off the show like that. But I'm telling you, you guys would not have enjoyed the beginning of the show. Well, maybe, who knows? But all the building alarm was going off like incessantly. And I want to spare you guys from having to hear all that stuff. So, funny enough, I'm filling something out now that I am kind of excited about it and kind of not. And there we go. Okay, I have no idea about that. Oh, my address. 1 second. I'm writing really fast. Here we go. There we go. All right. So good morning, everybody. Now I can officially focus on you guys because I need to focus on you guys. And you need to focus on your screen. Or you can just listen to see what's going on. We got a lot of stuff going on today. It's going to be a busy one. It's Friday. A lot of topics. I got a lot of videos, local stuff, national stuff, and all that. But right now, it is time for the weekend. It really is. So nothing says weekend like shots. And I know JJ's already ready for it. He's already ready for shots. Good morning, Tobak Castro. Great to see you this morning, my man. Donna Crum, Dental Donna. Don't confuse her with Delta Donna. That lady flies all over the place. Totally different people. And Atau and Katau with all her cat gifts. She's rocking SpongeBob stuff this morning. Good morning to you, Carmen and Barcina Sablan. Buenos dias, San Rafa Day. Great to see you this morning. So nice to see you. And PJ, all the way out there on the West Coast. Great to see you back this morning. We're going to have some fun this morning for sure. Louisa, I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault. I promise that building alarm was not my fault. And my mom is watching on YouTube. Hey, Mom. That reminds me of a story because we've got Brian here. Hold on. We got to see who Brian is. You guys probably wonder. We're going to do a little split screen here. Is that going to work? That will work. There he is.
Good morning.
All right, everybody can see you now for sure. But I remember my mom when I was in the Army, and I was home on leave. And I know this is like 1993 because it was after Fort Ord was closing, and I was already up in Washington, and I flew home for a weekend. And I was staying in my old bedroom, and I was walking from my bedroom to the bathroom, and my mom was in the living room. And as I crossed the hallway, she's like, "What is that?" And that's where she saw this tattoo on my arm. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got this when I was visiting my buddies at the old base." All right, so today we are not getting a tattoo. Brian's not a tattoo artist. But he said, "Hey, if we'll pay you extra if you get naked on OnlyFans." So here I go. No, the true story is, I wasn't going to go full naked.
And under my new service too.
Yeah, it is. We're not going to go full naked here. I promise. Now, that's not because I already don't have pants on, but I'm just going to take half the shirt off. So Brian said he's going to shoot me up this morning with steroids, right?
flu vaccines.
Flu vaccines.
Yes.
This is weak. All right, let's do this. So, flu vaccine. Brian, tell everybody where you work and what you do.
Okay, so first of all, good morning. And in my new service, my name is Brian Camacho. I work at PHI Pharmacy, and recently we have flu vaccines in stock. So, you know, flu season is running around this time of the year, and then the best way to protect yourself is to get a vaccine, just like Brad right over here. So thank you, Brad, for choosing PHI Pharmacy.
Of course. You know, it's funny, and it is so, it's funny that it just happens to be a coincidence. The last time I was taking my shirt off in public, Brian was there too. It was the American Red Cross fundraiser dance contest over at Kensington.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah, there was definitely a shirt off. He said my mom smacked me in the head when she was eating when she saw my tattoo. I almost died, but who cares? That's hilarious. All right, Brian. So what do we got? What's the flu vaccine today?
All right,
what flavor?
So the flu vaccine is you won't taste it, but your skin will for sure. So
okay.
Make sure you're comfortable. And then just a brief description about this one. We have flu vaccines at our 3 locations: Dandan, Garapan, and Cagman. So, and then most insurances, but not limited to, covers it, are Aetna, Stable, Cabos, and a couple more.
Okay.
But if you have any questions about that, you can give us a call at our 3 locations. We'll be more than happy to help you guys.
This is going to be great. Someone just said, "Good morning. You're in good hands, Brad." That's from Shred
I believe
Inc.
so, yes.
Nice. I can tell you the air conditioning is working in here. I could feel it in my nipples. It is cold in here for sure.
You're comfortable enough, right?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. We can do it.
All right.
But you guys can start to hear in the background that the alarm started going off again. I don't know what's happening. Marie Coleman, what are you doing down there? Fred Cruz, what are you doing down there in that office?
Yeah, I think I had the security guard on my way up here. She was like, "Do you own one of the buildings?" I was like, "Oh, no, I'm just here for a guest appearance."
That's totally the CETA office because I hear them turn it off every day at 5 o'clock. They'll chirp, chirp, or turn it on.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Must be quite an experience.
Yeah, well, this is going to be quite an experience. The first live vaccination we got here. Yeah, Luisa says, a little nipply in there, Brad? Yes, it is a little nipply. I will try to, I'll just cover up like that. That way you don't have to worry about it.
All right, Brad.
Jeez.
Any questions for me before you get started?
That was like movie quality. He just did the little spray thing out of the top of the thing. All right, so this is for all you kids out there. I never liked getting a shot, and so or getting blood drawn or any of that stuff. So what I started doing is just watching it, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch it go in. You could not watch it go in too, but I'm like, it's gonna feel the same no matter what you end up doing.
Yeah.
So it's just one, right?
Just one.
Okay, that's
just
good.
One, and that'll be it.
All right, so here it is.
All right, you ready, Brad?
I guess so. Let's. Do we have a good camera angle? Are you good? We on there? All right.
I think that should be fine, yes.
All right.
So it's going to be right over here. Okay, so measure. Comfortable here enough for you?
Yeah.
All right, so... So we do want to swab off the area from the innermost layer out.
Okay.
So that way there'll be a lot of sanitation going on, so that way it'll be safe for you, Brad.
This is my first time watching it on camera as opposed to just watching it directly.
All right, it should be quick and easy just like that. Okay, and then...
There you go. Just like that. Didn't even hurt. Brian, you're a professional.
I am a professional, of course.
Great job. Oh, no, it just came off.
Okay,
I literally flexed myself out of it just trying to get my shirt back on. But that's how easy it is to get your vaccine for the... And it's not COVID. This is just for your flu shot. I could get my sleeve back in here. Come here. Yeah, there we go. This is just take it all off. Yeah, there you go, PJ. I could do that.
What if you did that for your entire morning, huh?
I'm not sure. Would our viewership go up or down?
Who knows? Maybe up.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, we're gonna change it. It's gonna be only Brad's.
Only Brad, right?
We'll have that on today. Maybe I'll get a couple of these things in here. Yeah, so there we go. It's your first quasi-naked version. Definitely your first sober quasi-naked version of me. So, Brian, let's talk about this shot again. We're already done with it, so that was great. Great job. Round of applause for Brian over here. For yourself. That's great.
Right.
All right, so Brian, so what was it? We just did This flu shot is all I can think of, when you're like, all right, so what is it?
What is the flu vaccine? So flu vaccine, pretty much, how, like I said, flu season is around this time of the year. So we do want to have our customers, or even people outside, the island, they want to protect themselves. Because as far as I know, I think flu season is going on right now. I know a couple people that aren't feeling well. So I do try to promote as best as I can. Oh, if you want to get a flu vaccine, quick and easy, just stop by PHI Pharmacy.
Really?
Yeah. So just give us a call, and then we could schedule an appointment as soon as possible.
Wow, so you don't have to go to your doctor or anything like that. You could just go right to PHI.
Yeah, and then if you have any questions, just give us a call, and then whatever location of your choosing, if it's in Dandan, Garapan, or Cagman, whatever is most convenient, we have flu vaccines at each pharmacy right now. So.
That's great, but I love the fact that you don't have to wait in line. I mean, you literally, you don't have to set up a doctor's appointment. You go right to PHI. It's any one of the 3 locations that you got in Garapan, Dandan, or Cagman.
Yeah.
And do you have to call ahead, or can you just walk in?
We do accept walk-ins. Depending on how busy our store is, we'll try to accommodate the customers as best as we can. So we do offer vaccines up to 18 years old and to the elders. But we can also offer to the 3-year-old and up if the parents are okay with it.
Yeah, because you're not if you got a 4-year-old who just walks in by themselves.
Oh yeah.
They say, "Hey, give me a vaccine." I drove all the way from Dandan to get here.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to pay extra if you want to get like Eli or Josh to give you your vaccine?
Well, if they're stationed at each location, you might be lucky, right?
I mean, I think paying for Brian's handiwork is pretty good. That worked out just great. Oh, yeah, Jam and Elliot just said, solid job, Brian. That's awesome.
Thanks for tuning in.
Ann says, what's inside the vaccine?
Oh, good question. So I actually have the packaging right here. So it's Afluria vaccine. So this is for the 2025 to 26 flu season. So like what Brad did earlier when I came in here, he filled out paperwork if there's like any allergies and whatnot. You see how that took like less than 5 to 10 minutes, right? Yeah. So it's pretty much just the flu vaccine here. Let's see what it has here. Afluria 0.5 ml. Yeah. So maybe it's best if you come in the pharmacy and then we'll explain more of these to you.
I like it. And PJ's like, let's see how you're feeling after 30 minutes. Hey, I'll be here. You'll see me. You'll see me.
Oh, yeah. Let me know, too. I'll tune in right after this, too.
Awesome. Hey, so what do you have next? Are you going to be going around to other places giving people vaccines today, or are you just going to be at the office?
Well, I'll be at the office. I'll be at my Garapan location today. So to whoever viewer, if they want to see me or any of our pharmacy technicians, 3 locations, once again, give us a call or come in.
Now, it's like $1 million for each one of these?
Well, I wish it was $1 million. Kidding.
But like it's covered by like insurances and everything?
Yes. So once again, Aetna, Cabos, Netcare, including but not limited to. Let's say if you have a private insurance elsewhere, we'll see if it does go through. So we can definitely check it out and try it for you guys.
Nice. You might not have the answer to this, but what if someone comes in and says, "Hey, I don't have any insurance"? Do you know what happens then?
Well, we can still offer the vaccines. It would just have to be out of pocket.
Do you know how much it is offhand?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
But then we can provide the answer as quick as we can.
You could find out right away by giving a call. What's the number over there at PHI?
So our Dandan location, so you can call 670-235-6170. Or our Garapan location is 323-5000. Or also our Cagman location at 256-0131.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
And then, before I go, Brad, I have a little goodie for you to make you feel better after getting a flu vaccine,
I love it.
Yeah, I don't have lollipop, okay?
Oh, okay.
But I do have some stuff that we just got
No
here.
lollipops.
Yeah, do you have a microwave with you? Or?
I do have a microwave.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I just want to show these to the chat here.
Okay, so here's the cameras that we got. We got this one right here and that one up there.
Okay.
And wait, let me see if I can switch it to you over here. Ooh, look at this is the Brian cam now. We totally changed it.
Up close and personal.
Yeah, so this is the silver camera right in front of you here. So if you want to hold up what you got right there.
Okay, so we just got these products just in about sometime last week. So, especially for people who's going to the gym, working out, it has plenty of protein too. So, I just want to show you guys that we have this one here. It's legendary Cinnabon, 20 gram of protein. All right.
Wow, in just one little pack.
Yeah.
That's great.
Skippy oatmeal chocolate, oatmeal protein has about 15 gram of protein in here.
Wow.
See that? And then also the same.
When you hold it up, you could look over here. You could see exactly what people are seeing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow, that thing looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then also our Quest protein chips, which I know a lot of our customers have gotten so many of these. So
yeah. We'll find out how they taste with a Michelob Ultra later.
That's a good taster right there.
That is. Mm-hmm. We're going to be meeting with them. We're partnering up with these guys for a whole bunch of stuff. I think Bush Light and Bush, that's going to be the big package.
Big packaging.
Oh yeah, we're going to be working together to do some good stuff.
Perfect, Brad. And then I also want to give you this vaccine information statement. So that way you can read through. It may have the question of what is inside the flu vaccine, like one of your audience had asked. So it will all be in here.
Okay, it says this contains Fireball. You may be wanting to do shots. All right, but it's pretty good. It's this is good stuff. It says why get vaccinated, and here's one. It says the influenza vaccine can prevent the flu. Flu is a contagious disease that spreads around the United States every year, usually between October and May. Anyone can get the flu, but it's more dangerous for some people. Infants and young children, people 65 years and older, pregnant women, and people with certain health conditions or a weakened immune system are at the greatest risk of flu complications. Pneumonia, bronchitis, sinus infections, and ear infections are examples of flu-related complications. If you have medical conditions such as heart disease, cancer, or diabetes, the flu can make it worse. Flu can cause fever and chills, sore throat, muscle aches, fatigue, cough, headache, runny or stuffy nose. Some people may have vomiting or diarrhea, though this is more common in children than adults. And in an average year, thousands of people in the United States die from the flu. Wow. And more are hospitalized. Flu vaccines prevent millions of illnesses and flu-related visits to the doctor each year. Great stuff. Let's see, what is it? Does it say anything in here? What's in here? No, but there's a whole bunch of resources on here where you can get more information. But you can reach out to the folks over there at PHI, and they're doing these things, and they just rolled all the way over here. We gotta check these things out too. These are
try it out.
Microwavable. Do you microwave all of these?
Yes, but of course you gotta take out the packaging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds
and then,
good.
Yeah, depending on like the wattage on the microwave, I'd say like about 20 to 30 seconds is best.
Okay.
It's gonna be really gooey inside and tasty.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, This is a protein sweet roll, a chocolate flavored protein sweet roll. Looks amazing.
Yeah, that's my personal favorite.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
The cinnamon flavored protein sweet roll, and this is the chocolate Skippy. Oh man, that looks really good. Oatmeal protein pie. And geez, 20, 20, and 15. And so these are available for sale over there at PHI also?
Yes, PHI Pharmacy, while supplies last, but I can say that, our customers love it, and we may be getting more in the near future, so stay tuned.
That's awesome. Do you know how much these are?
$5. That's our promotion price right now.
$5, and you get a discount if you have a gym membership too, right?
Yeah, well, it's actually on promo already, so it's already discounted at $5. So.
Wow, it's pretty cool. And can you get an autographed picture of Brian Camacho if you want to buy one of these?
Yeah.
Oh,
come true.
It sounds like a deal. All right, you can't lose on this one. I'm definitely going to check this one out today. What I'll do when we take a break, I'll pop it in the microwave and we'll sample it on camera for everybody.
That'd be great. So I'll leave these to you, Brad. So
awesome.
Hopefully you enjoy it. I think it'll make you feel better after your vaccine.
I love it. What time do you usually start your day?
My day, personally? Oh man, I get up like 5 in the morning.
Whoa, so this is not too early for you.
Not too early. Well, I mean, it's early, but like not too early for me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, get the day started. I feel like for me, waking up that early sets a good mood for the rest of the day.
I love it. We're learning all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Brian, you into any sports, any activities or anything?
I'm into running. That's 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you like long distance, short distance?
I'm into the long distance running, but I actually have not ran since a couple months, but still slowly but surely getting back into it. So maybe next year, 2026, I'll be running the full marathon.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Full marathon.
I've done 2 halves already, so I feel like I'm ready for this, but it's going to be a long journey for that one.
Well, and if you're training for that kind of stuff, making sure you have the right nutrition and supplements probably pretty helpful too, right?
Yes, and I also want to plug in, we have plenty of supplements over at PHR Pharmacy, protein, creatine, pre-workout, and, stuff like these right over here. So, if you know anybody or like me, I get my stuff at my place where I work, right? So we have a lot of variety too, so you may check that out also.
And if you're not on a promo price, you guys have great prices for people who have memberships. Like at Laddie Belt, that's one of those spots.
Yes.
So
yeah, we do offer a fitness membership, so just show the tag and then we can give it to you right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what the discount is?
25%.
25% off of the regularly priced stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a great deal.
It is a great deal. I mean, that's a quarter off of every dollar.
Oh, yeah.
It's an awesome deal. All right, so well, I look forward to seeing you back there running again. You're already planning on doing a marathon.
Yep, it's in the works, so I'll be out there. So you may see me running at Beach Road some days too, like right over here.
Yeah?
Yeah, some mornings you see me.
Awesome.
Just in the background.
Well, yeah, you will see you. When you see a blur in the background on the camera screen, that'll be you.
Yeah.
Awesome. You want to give any shout outs to anybody while we're here?
Shout out to PHR Pharmacy. That's all I gotta say. To have an opportunity like this, it really means a lot. And I also, for myself, wanted to be on a news service, like NMI news service,
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can come on anytime.
All right, so tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Well, I would say yes, but we're Monday through Friday for the
Monday
morning
through
show.
Friday. All right.
So, but we're here every Monday through Friday.
Oh yeah.
And you come on.
Appreciate that, Brad.
All right. So Josh, he's going to take some days off of work, or maybe it'll be PHI will pay to have you in here. We'll talk running tips with Brian Camacho.
Running tips, yes. You can count on me for that.
Awesome.
All right, and then I'll give you your.
This one's for me?
here.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
You're going to have to fill out one of these little questionnaires and everything. This is the ones for the immunization program from Division of Public Health Services. And then there's also a form for PHI.
Yes.
So you don't have to call in advance. You could just show up. And you can go to either one of their 3 locations in Dan, Garapan, or Cagman. And maybe, if you're lucky, if you go to Garapan today, you might be able to meet Brian in person.
I'll be here.
All right. All right. Well, thanks, man. That was great.
Yeah, Brad, thanks for having me here. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you again, too. I can't believe you remembered that after, 2 years?
But dude, I'm telling you, when you're in a dance contest,
oh yeah,
that means something.
I think we both toe to toe.
That's a brotherhood. I mean, brotherhood of dance contest. This was a great thing. Who else we got here? Ann says currently I'm on no distance, just stretch first. I love that. I love that you guys are out there talking to. PJ was saying, awesome, good job, keep up your energy. And 10 seconds would do to warm it up. That's great for heating that stuff up. Yeah, that's great. Well, anyway, we got the alarms going off again. We got you getting ready to head back to the Garapan office where you can meet him today. And then what we're going to do, we'll play you the news update that we got. Let me make sure. The one I had queued up was the 7 o'clock version, but let's see, because it's now that we're past 8 o'clock. Should be on there. There we go. So we're going to give you the 8 o'clock news update from the Associated Press, and we come back. We'll have more with me. But thanks, Brian.
Appreciate it, Brad.
All right.
Great to be here. So, yeah, who knows? I'll be back here one day. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. We'll be right back. This is the update from the Associated Press.
I'm Ben Thomas. Senate Republicans are taking the first steps to change the body's rules to speed up confirmation of President Trump's nominees. Meantime, in Utah, a manhunt's on for the sniper who assassinated conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Saka Magani on what we're learning.
After firing a single shot, the shooter's believed to have jumped off a roof and fled into a neighborhood.
He's wearing jeans, black shirt, black mask, long rifle.
Dispatch audio from Broadcastify.com yesterday. this morning.
We have recovered what we believe is the weapon.
The FBI's Robert Bowles says it was in a wooded area. Investigators say they have video footage of the suspect, whom they say blended in well on the campus where Kirk was killed.
That individual appears to be of college age.
Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason gave no other details. At the Pentagon,
Charlie, we love you.
Both Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and President Trump praised Kirk during a 9/11 commemoration.
Charlie was a giant of his generation,
whom he says will posthumously get the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Sagar Magani, Washington.
A federal judge in Arizona has extended a temporary restraining order blocking the Trump administration from removing dozens of Guatemalan and Honduran children from the country. They've been living in shelters or foster care after coming to the U.S. alone. In North Carolina, Republican lawmakers are pushing for stricter pretrial release laws after a Ukrainian refugee was fatally stabbed on a Charlotte train. The suspect has a criminal history and was released earlier this year on a misdemeanor charge. The proposed laws are likely to advance at the General Assembly later this month. They may include restarting the death penalty and blocking cashless bail for people with violent felony convictions. And in Brazil, a panel of Supreme Court justices has voted to convict former President Jair Bolsonaro of attempting a coup after his 2022 election defeat. This is AP News. Inflation rose last month, consumer prices up 2.9% from a year ago, and weekly jobless claims spiked to 263,000, their highest level in almost 4 years. Seth Sutel has reaction in the AP Markets Report.
Stocks plowed to more records on Wall Street after mixed data on the economy helped cement expectations that cuts to interest rates are coming. The S&P 500 rose 0.8%. The index set an all-time high for a third straight day. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rallied 617 points. It's about 1.4%. The Nasdaq Composite added 0.7%. Treasury yields eased in the bond market following the reports on unemployment claims and inflation. Investors are betting that the Federal Reserve will make its first cut to interest rates this year at its meeting next week. European stocks rose after the European Central Bank held its main interest rate steady. Seth Sutel, New York.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. All righty, Marianas, welcome back. It is 8:14 here on Friday, September 12th here in the Marianas, and it is beautiful. It was a little rainy last night, but it was a beautiful day today so far, and we're looking at more. I want to say thanks to Brian and the team over at PHI for coming in, get me my flu shot live on air. Only showed a nipple or two, and but I think everybody is safe and alive. Nobody died from a little nip slip. Not this morning, anyway. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It is going to be a great one today, and we're going to give you that weather forecast right now. We're going to tell you right now it's outside. It may not be super sunny, and it's going to be a little bit cloudy today. It's 80 degrees outside. Pretty humid outside, 94% up there at the Saipan International Airport. We're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny sky. High near 87 with a light wind out of the east, 30% chance of rain today. What does that mean? It gonna rain at some point or another. It's gonna rain today. We're looking at temperature not getting too cold tonight. It's dropping down to 79. It's only a degree colder than what it is right now. That's what we're going to end up having. Tomorrow, though, mostly sunny skies. Woo woo! And it's going to be pretty nice throughout the day, but then it's going to take a little bit of a turn in the evening where it's scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. But at least tomorrow during the day, you can make some plans and have a great day on Saturday. Sunday, isolated showers, partly sunny, high near 87. And I'm great with the cloudy skies because we have a soccer game at 5 p.m. So we want to be there for that for sure. That should be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's what's going on there. It is not going to be the easiest day out there on the roads today. So just make sure that you are taking your time out there. Don't worry about the buses and all that other stuff. They're out there. Where are they right now? Well, you can't see where the school buses are, but you can take a pretty good guess. Most of the kids are at school except for high school. And folks trying to get their way through Chalumpiao, it's a little bit slow all the way from Texas Road down to Beach Road, but it's not too bad. We've seen much worse. Everything over there by Guangdong Hardware, that's just your typical intersection stuff. That's not a big deal. All right, let's keep going. We'll go down to Monsignor Martinez over there by Shell Dandan. You see, that's your typical intersection traffic as well. Not the worst, not the end of the world. The little creep road all the way to the intersection is where the traffic is right now. Over there by the home of the Canaries, it's looking pretty good too. We're going to go all the way around East Drive, and you can see as the bend goes down there toward Cagman, folks coming down the hill, it's a little bit slow getting there. And the Rodeo Drive of Saipan. That's right, the Capitol Hill Shopping District, New Share Market, Zenu Market, and Capitol Hill Market. It's a little bit slow for everybody who's trying to get their merienda this morning. Don't worry, you can get yours there too. But if you're looking for some real legit lunch, not too bad over there at East's Kitchen, Ina's Kitchen. I don't know who Isa is, but Ina's Kitchen is way better. 10 out of 10. All right, hey, let's take a look. Middle Road all the way through Puerto Rico is good. It's a little bit of a holdup by the lights there by the MH1 and MH2, the business park there. And folks heading north, once you get past Twins Market, it's a little bit slow as well. The intersections are looking pretty good until you get over there by JG Sablon. That's where it's going to get your first holdup if you're trying to make your way south. And then you're going to get another one by the next intersection when you get over there by the museum. Everywhere you're going, mostly people who are going south on Middle Road from Garapan, they're getting the stop and go holdup stuff because they're getting kids to high school. High schools don't start till 9 a.m. Must be nice, kids. Must be nice. Hey, they only got a limited amount of buses. They got to do it somehow. All right, anyway, Beach Road going south is a little bit slow by the old AK intersection. Now behind us, you can see the cars moving back and forth. It's not too bad at all. Just south of us, though, it is a little bit slow as people are making their way toward MHS and making their way out of there. But that's your first look at traffic. By the way, you don't even have to look at traffic and still get to where you want to go. If you hop on Transit CNMI with the blue line taking you just about anywhere you need to go and getting you there for just $2 each way. Best deal in town. Check it out. It's only $2 to get anywhere you need to go on the blue line. It's a sweet deal. All the way from the Paseo to NMC, you name it, they're there. And again, it's really inexpensive. It's, I'll call you back. Somebody's calling me during the show. I'm like, you can't call me during the show. Anyway, getting back to it. It's $2 anywhere you need to go, unless you're a Monamco, a veteran, active duty service member, or you're a student, then that's all you need to do. You only got to pay half. Half is a pretty good deal. That's $1, and they're operating from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 at night, Monday through Friday, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. on weekends and holidays, and that's not a bad deal at all. You want to get more information, give them a call at 236-2682. That is Transit CNMI. They are a national award-winning public transit system, and we've got them right here in our Marianas. This might be what they're offering right now, but it's going to get bigger. They're going to eventually expand all the way across the Marianas, Saipan, Tinian, Rota, and a whole lot more than what they've got right now. But right now they're doing a great job. They've got clean buses, they're aircon, they're clean, and you know what else? There's free Wi-Fi. So you can bury your head in your phone and watch your movies, catch up with your homework assignments, maybe text one of your romantic partners. What are you doing? You want to come and check me on the bus? Yeah, they could. You could do it if you're on the free Wi-Fi over at Transit CNMI. Give them a call, 236-2682. Find out what they can do for you. They're great. I love those guys. They really are awesome. The whole team over there at Transit CNMI, and they're fun. They are on the cutting edge of public transportation. And what a cool job that's got to be, to know that you're improving the place where you live so greatly. You're providing an opportunity for people to get to their jobs, to get to school, just to visit their family, you name it. And you're making it affordable too. Imagine spending that little all the way. 1 second. Okay, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Love it. That's all we need. Okay. Awesome. All right, so terrific. Just wanted to say we just got some info in here. Oh, yeah. We'll check that out, Tobot. Thank you for that. All right, so we're back at it now. We're back in the studio. We got our flu shot this morning. We got all these tasty treats that we're going to have to try out thanks to PHI. We've got the Skippy, chocolate Skippy oatmeal protein pie. That's one. Let's see if I can get it on there and get a nice focus on it. Are we getting it focused? Yeah. Pow. I'm not sure. I am a chocolate peanut butter kind of guy. That's where my taste buds go. This one's cinnamon, 20 grams of protein in this beast right here. It's called Legendary, and I'll try not to cover everything in it. Ooh, I can read all this. 200 calories in this bad boy right here. But the amount of protein is what makes this the big winner. 20 grams. That's 40% of what you need all day. That's pretty good. That's just for an average person. This is another one, legendary. 20 grams of protein for the chocolate flavored. The same thing. This one's got 220 calories in it and 40% of your daily need for protein, unless you're trying to build some muscle, and maybe you'll eat 2 of them because both they have a lot of protein and also they're very tasty. I like it. The other one is that we're looking at jumping into the tortilla style protein chips, ranch flavored. These are pretty cool. 19 grams of protein in this here, so 38% of what you need. Geez, you eat one of those and you eat one of these bags and you got everything you need for protein in one day, and that's if you're just trying to maintain where you're at. So pretty cool. I absolutely love it. All right, so I don't know the easy transition to everything else that we were going to talk about. Excuse me, but there's a lot of stuff that we want to get to today for such a high energy, fun morning so far. There's all kinds of stuff that isn't fun that happened yesterday, like right before and then during our show. There was an assassination that happened, and there's all this news about what's going on with our budget stuff. People get named to different positions. In a good news, it's back and forth, and then we find out some other lousy stuff that happened with some not great parents in the Marianas, and it's disappointing, but we don't want to get too heavy on all of that. But I do want to mention, so at this time, folks in the mainland, today is September 11th for them. And we had the remarks from the president for their September 11th recognition. So I want to cue that up for you and get that going. I think I'm just actually about a few seconds off. There we go. Here we go. So here's the remarks from the president for September 11th. One moment. Actually, I am just a couple of seconds off. I'm just waiting. There we go. There we go. Here's the president's remarks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt. Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. Our prayers are with his wonderful wife, Eric, and his beautiful children. Fantastic people they are. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd, very, very big. Thank you, my fellow Americans. 84 years ago this morning, the banks of the Potomac were filled with the clamor of construction workers who broke ground on the building now known as the Pentagon on September 11th, 1941. At the time, it was the biggest building ever built. From that moment forward, this structure stood as a monument to American strength, power, and cherished American freedom. Exactly 6 decades later, on September 11th, 2001, those same walls, built with the sweat and muscle, blood of our parents and grandparents, were scarred by flame and shaken by terror as our country came face to face with pure evil. On that fateful day, savage monsters attacked the very symbols of our civilization. Yet here in Virginia and in New York and in the skies over Pennsylvania, Americans did not hesitate. They stood on their feet and they showed the world that we will never yield, we will never bend, we will never give up, and our great American flag will never, ever fail. That terrible morning 24 years ago, time itself stood still. The laughter of school children fell silent. The rush of our traffic came to an absolute halt. And for 2,977 innocent souls and their families, the entire world came crashing down so suddenly. In the quarter of a century since those acts of mass murder, 9/11 family members have felt the weight of missed birthdays and empty bedrooms, journals left unfinished and dreams left unfulfilled. To every member that still feels a void every day of your lives, the First Lady and I unite with you in sorrow. And today, as one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001. Amid the horror of that morning, some used cell phones and office lines to whisper their final words to those who mattered most. They whispered indeed. At 8:59 a.m. aboard United Flight 175, Brian Sweeney called his wife, Julie. He told her, "Do good, go have good times. I totally love you. I'll see you again. I'll meet you up there." 4 minutes later, his plane hit the south tower of the World Trade Center. At 9:12 a.m. aboard American Airlines Flight 77, Renee May called her mom. Just the day before, Renee had learned that she was 7 weeks pregnant, but she never got the chance to share the news. She simply said, "I love you, Mom." 25 minutes later, Renee's plane struck the Pentagon. So violent, a strike it was. At 9:53 a.m. aboard United Flight 93, Elizabeth Waineo called her stepmom. They're getting ready to break into the cockpit. What do I do? I love you so much. They're going to break in. 10 minutes later, Flight 93 ended in the hallowed field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. At 10:25 a.m., Tom McGinnis was trapped on the 92nd floor of the North Tower when he told his wonderful wife, Elena, on the phone, "There are people jumping from the floors above us. If we get out of here, it'll be a total miracle. I love you, darling. Take care of Caitlin, beautiful daughter." 3 minutes later, the tower fell. Out of the ash, we witnessed the awesome power of that incredible love. We've seen it rise again. Out of the wreckage, we watched unbelievable courage suddenly take form. And out of the darkness, we saw the timeless truth of American character shine for the world to see. In America, we take blows, but we never buckle. We bleed, but we do not bow. And we defy the fear, endure the flames, and emerge from the crucible of every hardship stronger, prouder, and greater than ever before. Last year, we were a dead country. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. In New York, there were heroes like Chuck Costello, a 46-year-old elevator mechanic, and a member of the Knights of Columbus. He selflessly ran into the World Trade Center to free people trapped in the elevators. His body was not found until the following January, deep under the debris. While going through his belongings, Chuck's widow, Mary, a phenomenal woman, discovered a personal prayer written in his own words, "Help me to light the way for those in the dark, and when I enter the darkness, let me not panic, but patiently wait to remember the light." Beautiful words. When the time came, Chuck ran boldly into the darkness of hell on earth, and now he shines in the light of heaven above. We remember him this morning. That day we learned that the American heroic spirit was all around us. We saw it in the police officers, the great firefighters, the service members here at the Pentagon, and in the hearts of every American who answered history's call. One such hero was Army Sergeant First Class Steve Workman, who was on the edge of the impact zone when this incredible Pentagon was hit. He was right there. After leading hundreds of people to escape routes, Steve turned back and plunged into the inferno itself. Pushing through the debris, he came upon a severely burned Navy lieutenant, the only survivor from the Navy Command Center. Only one. The wounded lieutenant looked into Steve's soul and said, "Don't let me die." Steve replied, "I won't. I've got you. Just hang on." He wheeled the lieutenant out of the wreckage on the back of a maintenance cart before getting in the ambulance and taking him to Walter Reed Hospital. That man Steve saved, Lieutenant Kevin Schaefer, went on to join the elite team of CIA operatives who located Osama bin Laden. Steve, you're an American hero. We appreciate it. We appreciate what you've gone through. Please stand. Please stand. Where are you? Oh, good-looking man. You're a good-looking guy. You remember that day. You remember that day. Good. Thank you very much, Steve. That was something. That was something. In the years that followed, America's warriors avenged our fallen and sent an unmistakable message to every enemy around the world. If you attack the United States of America, we will hunt you down and we will find you. We'll go all over this sometimes magnificent earth. We will crush you without mercy and we will triumph without question. That's why we named the former Department of Defense the Department of War. It will be different. We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between. And then we decided to change the name. Well, now we have it back to where we all want it. Everybody wanted it. Everybody is so happy to have it back. You will fail and America will win, win, win. The enemy will always fail. 24 years have passed since that Tuesday morning in September, and an entire generation of Americans have come of age in a totally different world. While they cannot remember the agony of that day, they are carrying on the legacy of those who lost. Around 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the attacks, Army Lieutenant Colonel Kip Taylor sent an email to his friends and family describing the joys of fatherhood and his excitement for the upcoming birth of his unborn son. He wrote, "After you have kids, there are days that you just get going and you say, 'Hi, honey, I'm home.' What we do until that moment pales in comparison, but just that little statement, 'Hi, honey,' so American, so beautiful. But that's really the point of it all, isn't it?" An hour after he sent that email, Flight 77 flew into Colonel Taylor's Pentagon office and claimed the life of a very proud father and true patriot. 6 weeks later, on October 25th, 2001, Colonel Taylor's son, Luke, was born. Luke then tragically lost his mom to cancer when he was just 2 years old, leaving him to be raised by his father's brother. As a young boy, Luke asked his uncle about the folded flag on the bookshelf, and when he learned about his dad's decades of devotion to the Army and the horrors of September 11th, that's when he learned. Luke carried that memory with him and joined the ROTC as a college freshman. He graduated just last year, and I'm pleased to say he is with us today as a second lieutenant and doing very well. He's rising quickly in the infantry preparing for Army Ranger School. He's spitting image of his dad, they say. Luke says that every time he puts on a uniform, he feels connected to his father and to our country. But it was a father he never knew. Luke, your parents are together in heaven, and they could not be prouder of the man that they have produced. They produced you. Those two great people produced you. Luke, please stand. Thank you, Luke. You look good, Luke. You look good. They're looking down on you. They're very proud. This morning, we recall the light of America's best and bravest and the love that they showed in their final moments. In their memory, we make a solemn pledge and a noble promise. We will honor always our great heroes, and you are our heroes. There's a group of people that don't want to talk about our heroes, but we will always talk about our heroes, and that's the way our country is, and that's the way the people feel. We will defend the nation they served, the values they upheld, and the freedom for which they died. We will support our troops, we will protect our families, and we will preserve the American way of life for every future generation. We will build taller, grow stronger, fight harder, and soar higher. And together we will go forward as one people with one heart, one fate, one flag, and one glorious destiny under Almighty God. May God bless the memories of those who died and the heroes who fought and the soldiers who still stand watch. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, those were the remarks from President Trump outside of the Pentagon when they for their September 11th commemoration. You know, it's something. You know, it's a thing for us to talk about today because you know it happened here in Saipan. September 11th was September 12th here, and. It was a heck of a thing. You know, I was in New York, not in the city, but I was in Buffalo, and it was so long ago. I mean, it really seems like a lifetime ago, and luckily enough, I was asked to give a speech in 2016 about September 11th. And that's September 11th is what brought me out here. That's what brought me to the Marianas. Not directly, but it's not like September 11th happened and then all of a sudden I was here. But there wouldn't have been a TSA without September 11th. That's how I got here. After September 11th, you know, I was, let's see. Yeah, I could tell you this story here in a second. And, I ended up... I was working at the Bank of America in outside of Amherst, New York, and when it all happened, and afterwards, you know, went through everything just like everyone else, and they were looking for people to secure the airports again, and they didn't want any of the people who were normally doing it. They were looking for law enforcement folks, and they were looking for veterans in particular. And so I drove to Rochester and took a test, and it tested pretty well. So they gave me a pretty fancy job and had me traveling all over the place. And that's how Saipan happened for me. And, you know, I just decided to stay. But so I was asked in 2016, the reason why I have this here, I didn't have this computer in 2016, but I sent this to one of my friends, and I just wanted to see if it was still in our chat, and it still is. So I got the speech that I gave at the first Field of Heroes in 2016, and where they asked me to be a speaker. I was a member of our VFW post then, which I still am now. But here's the speech I delivered that day. It was, yeah, because I don't mind telling the story a little bit. Hafide Terawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. It's a great honor for me to join you on a day when we remember those whose lives were taken, those who selflessly gave theirs to save others, and to honor those who ensured the quality of life we are guaranteed in our Constitution. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to the organizers of the event. In some way, shape, or form, each of us was affected by the events that transpired 15 years ago. My gosh, that's 24 now. When we come together on September 11th, that helps us remember the pain we felt, the tears we wept, the uncertainty we faced, and the resolve we found to recover. The 11th of September began as any other for me. I was an investor accountant with the Bank of America in Amherst, New York. Parked in front of my monitor, I transferred funds from one account to another, as I would every Tuesday morning, when my coworker Patty said she heard an announcement on the radio that a plane crashed into the World Trade Center. Patty was listening to 97 Rock, a radio station with a well-liked morning show that routinely played jokes on the listeners with prank calls and pretend news stories. Not wanting to fall for the joke, I've called the station and told them, hey, I could take a good joke, but I want to know if they were indeed serious about what they said or whether it was just another joke. And the show's producer said the story was real and he came across as sincere. Still, I doubted that a plane could crash into a skyscraper on a clear day. So then I called my mom, who was at home at the time, and I asked her to turn on the television. And when she asked what channel, I told her, Mom, if this is real, it should be on every channel. My mother turned on the television and gasped when she saw smoke billowing from the North Tower. A moment later, she witnessed the second plane crashing into the South Tower on live TV. I don't remember much about the rest of the conversation with my mother, but I remember sharing with my coworkers. I knew that what happened was no longer an accident, and I was shocked by what was transpiring around us. The news began to spread across our office, and soon people left their desks and went to our employee lounge to watch their live reports on TV. I stood and watched in disbelief as each of the towers spewed smoke into the Manhattan sky. And then the other reports came in from the Pentagon and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Other reports came in about other planes who didn't initially respond to the FAA's grounding order. Fear and uncertainty were everywhere, and we were 400 miles away from ground zero. While we watched in horror from across our state, firefighters and police officers rushed While we watched in horror from across our state, firefighters and police officers rushed into burning buildings to put out a fire they were unable to fight. The impact of the planes was not only weakened the supporting structure, but also the water lines New York's bravest needed to battle the blaze. Bank of America operated 3 floors in the World Trade Center. We feared the worst, hoped for the best, and waited for word from anyone in Manhattan. The word did not come that day. As the towers fell, our email and internet access were cut off. And you see, all of our nationwide servers were housed in the World Trade Center. But more important than the equipment, we also lost 3 employees when the buildings collapsed. Days later, when our communications were restored, we received email from coworkers who detailed their harrowing escape from the inferno. One in particular has remained with me all these years. One of a woman who recounted her descent along a staircase where she passed by countless firefighters who climbed in vain to save as many as they could. She wrote about getting as far as the 2nd floor before being forced to retreat to the 4th floor because of all the water that had pooled up from the ruptured lines above, and then running down the stairs and out the door when a rumble began from above. She was one of the last who escaped. I remember that in the immediate aftermath of September 11th, people were much nicer to one another. It was similar to how our community came together in the aftermath of Typhoon Solar. there wasn't any road rage. People went out of their way to let people emerge on the road, take parking spots, and more. People genuinely cared for each other because we were all dealt the same staggering blow. But like a great champion, we stumbled, but we did not fall. Many of my good friends were among the volunteer fighters with our local towns and villages. Among them were my good friends Joseph Brusaber, Scott Baker, and Harold Wolf. Each of them gathered their gear and drove to the city to do what they could to assist with the recovery efforts. Everyone wanted to do something. I wanted to do something. I was angry, and I wanted to punish those responsible for inflicting pain upon our country, upon innocent civilians, upon those who robbed families of their loved ones, and upon those who robbed children of a future with their parents. I wasn't a firefighter, so I couldn't help that way. As a former infantryman with the 9th Regimental Combat Team, I considered re-enlisting. I called a recruiter and asked if I could be assured of placement into a unit that would deploy against our new foes, whoever they may be. He responded that it was likely everyone was going at some point. Having already been out of the Army for 9 years and having grown accustomed to civilian life, I wanted a little more of a guarantee before joining to fill the ranks of folks who would be left behind. And that's when an alternative presented itself in the form of the Department of Homeland Security. I was told they were specifically targeting veterans to fill their ranks as trainers for their newly formed federal screening force. I traveled to Rochester, New York for my testing, and soon thereafter received my orders to travel to Boston's Logan Airport for training. People working at Logan were devastated by the attacks of September 11th because one of the planes used against us that day departed from their airport. From Boston, I was deployed with the Transportation Security Administration to New York, Chicago, Kansas City, Detroit, and Aspen, till one day I received my orders to relocate to Saipan. This January will mark my 23rd anniversary in the Marianas, a place that has become my home, a place where I met my wife, where we became friends playing soccer on the very field where I gave this speech. We got married on at Mount Carmel Cathedral, and where we continue to raise our 2 beautiful children. The pain of September 11th continues to plague each of us in some way. However, my spirits remain buoyed by the heroic act of our first responders who sacrificed themselves to ensure the safety of others. Forever, we will live in their debt. And then I introduced the other folks who were coming in. You know, it's tough to read that stuff because it's like, you don't think about it every day. And, you think that some of that stuff goes away and all that stuff. And it's funny how, out of the blue, how some of that stuff can hit you. I'm kind of a softie when it comes to some of this stuff. But, to feel that well of emotions come up pretty quick. And it can be just as intense because you get those flashes. It's not just reading the words off of a screen. It's the flashes of those emotions and memories from that time. And it's a lot of them. Like everything that was happening that time, it was a challenging one for us because, like, in particular, my grandmother had just passed away, like just a few days before that. And I knew that my grandmother was in a better place because of what she was going through at that time. I had a very difficult time getting emotional when my grandma passed away. Like, I couldn't cry about it. It wasn't because I was trying to be a tough guy or anything like that. I mean, I was, of course, sad that I lost my grandmother, but, like, I couldn't cry. And it really, like, shocked me. I'm like, I can't believe I'm not crying over this. And after everything that happened with September 11th, I couldn't right away, but I do remember I think that's how it all came together and how I was finally able to do that and let some of that emotion out. But in those moments, in those days that happened after September 11th and going through all that stuff in the mainland. I mean, I can imagine living here for so long now, what it may have been like for folks living here to watch something like that happen to the big, strong United States in the mainland and all that stuff. Like, holy cow, like, who's attacking America? Like, that, I mean, it felt like something like that, only that was where I lived, And so it was a holy crap kind of moment. And really everything did change. I mean, like, things were so much happier before that. Even though we were screwed up in our own ways, it was a happier time. And I don't know if that was just because I was younger. I was in my 20s and living the happy life of the late 90s, early 2000s, which was a good time. It was a great time. But I'll tell you what, I got to see my friends be heroes. The guys I play hockey with, who in their regular lives have regular stuff. Again, my friends who are volunteer fighters, and one of them was in the Guard, packed up their stuff and just started going. Because they knew that the fire departments, whoever they bumped into when they got there, they didn't even know where they were going. They just knew they were driving east with all their gear and that they were going to meet up with folks. And my buddy Joe ended up getting activated with his Guard unit and doing patrols like in the subways and stuff like that. It was just a different time. Stuff that you can't even fathom today, where people are having arguments over stupid things that are issues today, so friggin' stupid things that people argue about today. Like that people want to die on a hill about basic science stuff. And when we had something real happen to us 24 years ago. It just seems like we went from being adults to children in the span of 24 years as a country. Well, I wasn't going to get into that, but I wanted to share that because I figure September 12th here is really when we talk about September 11th stuff, because that's when it happened for us. All right, well, it's just about 9 o'clock, and there we go. Let's, we're not going yet. Looking at you guys in the comments, Cade says, I was a freshman in Denver, Colorado, when I walked into our classroom to see the TV out, thinking that we were watching a movie for that day, only to see the second plane hit. Yeah, Cade. And that's before the flat screens, right? That's when we had the big box TVs. We had DVDs and VHS, right? They would have the big TV cart that would come out with the VCR and the DVD player, maybe the laser disc player. Yeah. It was a completely different time. Yeah, you had the TV and TV cart. Yeah, I'm telling you, I remember it. It was just completely shocked. Like it was surreal. Leaving like everybody, we just got out of our seats, got out of our desks, our little cubicles and all that, and went into that employee lounge, and we were watching it on TV. I was before smartphones, before Facebook, before social media, before YouTube. What a different world. September 11th, man. Yeah. I don't really, I don't know. I wonder, There's not a lot of folks around these days to ask that question, but like it would be great to have a conversation with somebody who was around the same age, like someone who was in their 20s for Pearl Harbor, and to share that conversation, if they could still have it when they were fresh on their mind. What was it like for you when you heard about it? I'm not talking about the people who were in Hawaii. Yeah, sure. But I mean, like, how did that affect you just in general, hearing about it and experiencing it? Like, because there's not a whole lot of those kind of folks who have that kind of an experience. For us, for Americans anyway, right? And residents of the mainland. But for us, it was a friggin' wake-up call. I think we could have done things a lot better. I think what we ended up doing as a country afterwards, we didn't do the right way. Hindsight's 2020, right? But even back then, I knew that we were missing a great opportunity because we were going to try to just be super technological and be streamlined and all that. That should have been the moment. Right after that happened, love you too, Louisa. You guys are great. But right after that moment, that's when they should have put up those Uncle Sam posters, "We want you." The leftist of the left and the rightist of the right, everybody across the whole board, they were ready to enlist. They should have done it. The "I need you, I want you." They should have done that. They should have done that. And you know what? Yeah, go to Afghanistan and just turn it to glass, take care of it and get everybody. Do it. And then it's over. Show the world that you don't mess with us, and then that's it. Then come back. Don't go into Iraq in 2003 and screw up everything. Because that's what happened. 2003, we go into Iraq, I think in March. We end up losing a bunch of our local folks here. And what? So they could just do movement to contact, patrol, or react to contact, patrol missions. It's worthless, Well, hindsight's 2020. I remember having a conversation in 2016 in November. Went to Camp Smith in Hawaii. Got to meet with Lieutenant General Crutchfield and talked to him about that too, about that strategy and all that other stuff. I'm like, what the hell are we thinking? Going into Iraq and turning infantrymen into policemen. Just being targets so that we could react to snipers. What a conversation that was. Anyway. Looking at everything else that I had queued up for today. Well, that's what we got. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good session. Let's take a break, and then because we might be getting out of here soon anyway. We got a bunch of stuff that we're going to do today. I'm looking forward to it. What a show. What a day. What a remembrance. We'll take a break. I know that we'll have the latest news updates, so let me just make sure that it's good to go here from AP. It is. So let's cue that up. We'll get you guys all kinds of stuff, and then we'll come back. Try to rebound a little bit. Sound like a plan? All right, be right back.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. The FBI has released photos of a person of interest in the assassination of Charlie Kirk as they appeal for help in finding the sniper who killed the conservative activist. FBI Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles reports investigators have been able to track the suspect's movements after the shooting.
We have recovered what we believe is the weapon. that was used in yesterday's shooting. This is a high-powered bolt-action rifle. That rifle was recovered in a wooded area where the shooter had fled.
President Trump says he talked with Kirk's widow today.
I spoke to Erica, his wife, and we had a long talk, and she's devastated. She is absolutely devastated, as you can imagine.
At least 6 historically black colleges and universities received threats or potential threats today, prompting lockdowns and class cancellations. They include Southern University in Louisiana, Alabama State University, Clark Atlanta University, Virginia State and Hampton Universities in Virginia, and Bethune-Cookman in Florida. In Brazil, a panel of Supreme Court justices has sentenced former President Jair Bolsonaro to more than 27 years in prison after convicting him of attempting a coup after his 2022 election defeat. Bolsonaro is currently under house arrest in Brasilia. He can appeal the sentence. Qatar's prime minister says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has killed any hope for hostage releases in Gaza with the attack on Hamas leaders in Doha this week. The strike killed at least 6 people, but Hamas says not its top leaders. A federal judge in Arizona has extended a temporary restraining order blocking the Trump administration from removing Guatemalan and Honduran children from the country who've been living in shelters or foster care after coming to the U.S. alone. Yet another federal judge has issued a nationwide block on a Trump administration directive that prevented children in the U.S. illegally from enrolling in Head Start. This is AP News. Commentary over the assassination of Charlie Kirk has cost a political pundit one of his platforms. Hai Panjwani has the story.
MSNBC analyst Matthew Dowd said shortly after the shooting death of the conservative activist Charlie Kirk that he was a divisive figure. MSNBC said the paid political analyst is no longer with the network. Both MSNBC president Rebecca Cutler and Dowd issued public apologies following his commentary. Dowd said Kirk is, quote, constantly sort of pushing the sort of hate speech aimed at certain groups. Dowd added that he thinks hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which lead to hateful actions. The analyst was once a political strategist for President George W. Bush. He joined MSNBC in 2022 following a failed campaign for lieutenant governor in Texas as a Democrat. I'm Haya Panjwani.
The FBI has announced a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification of Kirk's shooter. The latest developments at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
AP Sports, I'm Gethin Coolbaugh. The Tigers routed the Yankees for a second straight day, winning 11-1 for their American League leading 84th victory. Detroit manager A.J. Hinch's team secured its first season series win against New York since 2011.
This is obviously a big one. We know where we're at in the season. We know we're chipping away at the win total. This is a good team across the way. They're very dangerous.
Three-time All-Star and 14-year veteran Anthony Rizzo is retiring. NFL, the 49ers say quarterback Brock Purdy is a long shot to play Sunday against the Saints due to a toe injury. The NBA will wait for an outside firm report before taking action in its investigation into a potentially improper business relationship involving Clippers star Kawhi Leonard, and the NCAA has revoked the eligibility of college basketball players Michael Robinson, Steven Vasquez, and Jalen Weaver for betting on their own games. Gethin Coolbaugh, AP Sports.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
The waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those kind of wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
Good morning, Marianas. Hey, 9:10 in the morning here on a Friday. That's right, we are not going to be working tomorrow. No, I say no. All right, Luisa is in the comments saying 9/11 is also my sister-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Shauna Cabrera out in Washington State. Happy birthday, Shauna. Great, it's a great day. It's your birthday right now. You don't even have to wait till tomorrow. So get your weekend started right. Man, so yesterday was a big deal. We were talking about briefly about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You know, when they first put it out there for us, they were saying, that he was still, that he had been shot. They didn't give an update. And we saw that video. There was no way. I mean, it was such a massive wound. It's like, that is a real legit shot. So it turns out the shooter was about 200 meters away from on a rooftop, is what they're saying, and that he with a bolt action rifle, that was a good shot for 200 meters away, and that was not like a little bullet. It wasn't like a 22. Plus, with the report of that rifle, you could tell that it was something. Anyway, FBI is looking for this guy. All kinds of folks are. We posted on the page already the photos that were provided by the FBI, and they're looking all over for him. But another part of this story is how the story got out there, how the information is getting out there, and this at least ties to us locally a little bit. How? Okay, I'll tell you how. About media. The Associated Press's story, they've got a story. It says, graphic video of Charlie Kirk's death spreads fast, showing traditional media's fading grip. That is something. Here, let's, I want to put that on there so you guys can see it. This is the story from the Associated Press. And what a telling thing that is. This is one of the reasons that we're doing this, because we can read the tea leaves also. And this is one of the reasons why we started doing this. And the traditional media is changing. It's not saying anything bad about it, but it's just like acknowledging that that's what's happening. Traditional media is not the way people are getting their news anymore. I mean, it's not like you're turning away from them, but it's not the number one source because a lot of it's old. Like it's not, the ability to get the news out there is there, but the traditional ways of digesting that stuff is changed. People want it now. Literally the stuff that you're reading about in the paper today is stuff that we broke the day before. It's almost like I jokingly thought of a slogan for us like years ago, like at least a year and a half ago. But it just seemed like it would be too much of a dig on the other guys who are working their butt off being professional journalists. It's like, tune into NMI News Service, everything else is yesterday's news, because that's what it is. I mean, if you're reading about it, you're reading about it later if you're reading about it in the paper. And it's not a knock on the reporters at all. It's just the medium that it's being passed to you. You're getting it late. You're getting it after it's already been reported, after it's already... Do I still like looking at everybody's? Yeah, dude, I go to the newspaper's website every day because I like seeing what they got. And hopefully they got stuff that I didn't get, so I can check it out and have something new to talk about, like for that. Like, oh, geez, keep me fresh, keep me on my toes about what they've got and what they don't have. Again, so it's not a dig on anybody's work. It's just the medium that they have for putting that out there is just slow. That's the problem. And so they're talking about that here. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen the video of what happened with Charlie Kirk. My kids, when they came here to the office after school yesterday, they were talking about it. They're like, hey, did you hear about this guy? They don't know anything about him, but they know that he got killed. And then they saw the video of it because the kids in school have smartphones and they were sharing it and showing it. Holy crap. The video that I saw of it is the same video my kids saw. My daughter, who's 12, saw it. Friggin' brutal. Like I would not want her to watch a movie with that kind of footage in it. But that's real life, and she saw it because it wasn't even her smartphone. It was her friends who were showing it. Right? It gets out there fast. And it gets around there, and you can't control all that stuff. Social media stuff is fast. The way people get their news now, it's fast. And, man. And so when that happened, when they said that, I started asking them questions. I think they were more interested in me explaining it to them, but I was more interested in hearing their understanding of it as it happened. As they were bringing it up to me. So what do you know about this guy? Oh, well, he's like a Trump guy, or he's a pro-Trump guy. And then, Keone's like, oh, he's anti-trans. And I'm like, oh. And he wasn't taking a stance on it. He was just saying that based on the light information that he has is what he was thinking. And I don't think that that's exactly what he was. I don't think that's what Charlie Kirk was. Not from the videos that I had seen from him and everything like that. I mean, the guy seems like a pretty normal dude, having a pretty normal takes and trying to have conversations with people about it. And then some people got really hyper antagonized for sure by that. And then, that's, some of the people who are just radicalized, people who just want to scream at the world and yell at the world without even knowing what they're yelling about. Can't compose themselves to even have a conversation. It doesn't mean you're getting the worst people. It just means that you're getting them in really bad moments. And they are in really bad moments with some of the people. Some of the videos, it's like, dude, come on. The kind of people you discount right away. At least till they can calm down and have a conversation. It was tough. But hearing it, I didn't the important part is I don't think I am doing the right thing by trying to tell my kids everything, but I do want to give them the tools to make their own decisions about things like this. You hear some of the messages that they're putting out, and I try to give them a good foundation for how to make some of those decisions, but I don't want to say this guy's good and this guy's bad. But if they come out and say, oh, that guy's terrible, I'm like, all right, so why is that guy terrible? Well, because of this. This is not what they were saying for this, but they're like, or that guy's great. And I'm like, all right, why is that guy great? Tell me, because of this. If the conversation comes by, well, my friends are saying, no, find out for yourself. You don't want to be the one who's just led by your friends. You don't want to be the one who's just, going with the flow. Find out for yourself. Is that a good person? Was that not a good person? Or at the very least, are those some talking points that you think are good? Or are those some talking points that you think don't work for you? And that's it. So they got to make their own decisions. There are some things, of course, I'll say, hey, this is a good behavior. This is not a good behavior. I could tell them that. But I want them to make those kind of decisions for themselves. Man, crazy world that we live in. We got to make sure that our kids are ready for it. Make sure they're prepared for all that stuff. Anyway, so that I thought was a good story. Kind of got away from us a little bit, talking about how the media landscape now has changed, and that this is just one way of demonstrating that. Hey, just for kicks, I want to share with you some of the testimony that was brought from one of the board members. No, you know what? I got that, and I also have the comments that some of the kids delivered about PSS's budget stuff. And you know what? I'm going to not do that one today. I just don't think that, based on everything that we were talking about, if it's it fits our little flow today. And I'm just checking to see if there's anything else here. No updates on any of that stuff. All right. Well, let's just get ready for the weekend. Sound like a plan? I'm excited about the plan. I'm excited for the weekend. And want to say thanks to Brian Camacho from PHI. Came down here this morning, gave us the old flu shot. It's funny because it was such a good shot. Like, he is great at delivering. I didn't feel it. And it was awesome. I was expecting it to at least you feel that little poke. Nope, it was great. So well done, Brian Camacho, and looking forward to sampling these three things. We will be sampling these on it. If we are doing that, was it ASMR? We do like we're by a forest fire. Yeah, you can hear the trees around us are. The fire is all around us. I know. I'm telling you. But anyway, we're going to try these great products. And you're supposed to microwave them. Maybe that's what we're going to do. Before we go, we got to try one of them. We got the cinnamon one. I'm really thinking about this one. The Redefine one. Because it's oatmeal protein pie. Like, that's the one for me. The chocolate flavored protein sweet roll. I can feel these are the ones that you want to microwave for sure. But maybe I will save them because this one I think is already ready to go. Let's find out. Because these, you can feel it. The microwave make them nice and soft and great. No, this one's a microwavable one too. It says you only have to microwave them for 10 seconds. But pro tip, the guys were saying you should probably do them for a few more seconds. So let's do that. That's what we're going to do. What do I have? Do I have something I could play that'll go for just a few seconds while we wait for the microwave on this one? Do we have a microwave cam? No, we don't have a microwave cam. I could do it, but don't worry. I think we'll be all right. By the way, you know what I would love to have is a good paint sponsor. This back wall over here, I got to work on this weekend. I've got some spackle stuff and some scrapers and some sanding stuff. I'm going to fix this wall back here this weekend, and I'm going to paint it the NMI News Service light blue. But I got to, it would be great if we had a paint sponsor. I didn't even think about that till just now. If we had, like, if it's Sherwin-Williams or whoever the paint folks are out here, I want to do that. So, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to put that wall on there, because it looks kind of crappy. It's been like that since we moved in. Like, whoever who had this office before us, they must have had some water damage with their air conditioner. That's not a problem now. But you could see the wall is really crappy. Well, I'm going to fix that this weekend. I need a good weekend project, and that's going to be it. So the sanding and the spackling and all that stuff will be part one. Scraping off and chipping off the broken parts. And then after that part's done, then it's going to be Paint Town. And I know I'm going to have to paint that door too, because the door looks like it needs a good color of a coat of something. And especially after we do this one, if we paint everything else around it, it's going to make it look even dirtier. It's going to be crappy. All right, so anyway, let me give you 30 seconds of something so I can, here we go. Give you some. I'm not going to give you a full-on commercial break because it'll take too long. Oh, great idea. I will play I'll play this audio commercial for you. Don't go anywhere. We're right back. If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. All right, Marianas, I got it. This is a tasty treat here. This is the chocolate flavored Skippy oatmeal protein pie from Redefine. It's got, what do we got here? 320 calories. This one's a heavy one. And it's got 15 grams of protein. And I want to give this a shot. So we just put it in the old microwave. And now we're going to give it a shot. This is brought to us by the folks over at PHI this morning. All right, so it said give it 10 seconds. Oh, maybe I gave it too much. So I gave it too much. But here we go. Let's give it a try. Oh, man. You just smell it, the peanut buttery goodness. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, my gosh. So first of all, it's a pretty heavy calorie load there with 320. But all that protein. Oh my God. Oh, great. It's hot. I got to put it in for more than 10 seconds. Because they were telling me, put it in for like 30. So I did. 30 is too much for this one. It's too hot. But it is delicious. This thing just melts in your mouth. So I've tried those little protein things, and they're like, oh yeah, it tastes just like this. It's like, no, it tastes like a protein snack. This one just tastes delicious. So it'll take care of your sweet tooth for sure. My gosh. As I am going for like bite after bite. It is a little bit too hot. 30 seconds is too long. Maybe just follow the directions and try it based on the way they tell you. Yeah, Tobot says, dude, we should do a snack portion of the show. I agree. Yeah, like I would love to do a Niao's Poke Deli Poke Minute. All right, the poke portion of the show. I would love to do Niao's. All right. Oh, hold on. Oh, wow. Well, it's amazing. It was definitely what I'm happy to enjoy this right now. But we're closing in at 9:30 this morning. Oh, empanada, calaguin, chilaquiles, clam chowder, arroz caldo. Man, yeah, Tobot. We can make that happen. I love that idea of the show. We do that kind of a portion of the show where we end up doing that. I like the idea of anything that has to do with the food for the show. Can do it. Could even be like on the go. You know what? I saw that they haven't done a whole lot of marketing for it, but I wouldn't mind doing that show from that new place. It was a hydration station or something. Whatever. It's in Cagman. Getting down there and doing the show because it looks like they got like a little balcony. You know, as long as we can make sure it doesn't rain, we could do the show from there. Roll the Russian accent. This is good. I like to take snack. It's a good snack. Tastes good and make me put smile on face. There you go. Galaxy or Terry's to sponsor. Ma'am, tell you what, that could be it. Maybe we start a CK street fight about who's got the best food on that street in CK. Is it Terry's or is it Galaxy's? Empanada-rama. That would be it. Tobot, you could be our empanada correspondent. That would be great. Speaking of clam chowder, I don't know who's rolling with good clam chowder, but I can tell you that corn chowder over at Ina's Kitchen is the bomb. It is outstanding. That corn chowder, it's $5 at Ina's Kitchen. It may be the best $5 you ever spent. It's so good. The texture of it, like, it's not just like a watery soup. It is amazing. Soupsational. It is superb. Yeah, it is great. They do it right over there. They also have chili for $5. Great deal. Outstanding. Galaxy has good clam chowder. Might have to go down there and check that out too. All right. Well, it's 9:30. I say we wrap it up and call it a weekend because all I'm doing is eating this this chocolate flavored Skippy oatmeal pie, oatmeal protein pie. So thanks to PHI. That's the stuff I need to bounce me back from the flu shot that we did this morning on air. Nipples were free. You do not have to pay extra to watch the show today. Jeez, man, I'll tell you what. These walls in here are so wild. When the guys at the other offices are open, specifically next door over here, I don't know if the pressure inside the walls or something, but holy cow, you can hear crazy. It sounds like Law and Order. You're right. All right, that's it. That's how we're going to wrap up the show today. You guys have a great weekend. It's here. It's going to be amazing. I'm ready for it. I'm sure you are too. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your life. You should be doing the stuff that you need to do this weekend to recharge and recover from everything from this week. So anyway, I love you guys. I love doing this. I wouldn't do it if you guys weren't here. And what else in the world would I rather be doing right now? Nothing. This is 100% it. All day, all the time. All right, guys, that's it for us. Have a great one, and we will see you guys when we come back on Monday morning. unless something crazy happens between now and then. We'll be back on Monday morning. And I think we're going to get earlier starting next week again. I know that means I got to wake up earlier to get here and all that other stuff, but I think it's starting to become more of a necessity to start this thing early. Anyway, why not go a little crazy with a little upbeat stuff? All right, let's go with the crazy, energetic one. All right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit.
We're bringing heat today, so let's get started. Woke up and smiled, the sun shining. Let the sun shine in. Got dreams to chase and a world to win. Turn up the Rios dance today, and let's dance through the day. Feel the vibe in the air. Come on, let's play. We live in love, making waves as we go. With every